Figured I would make this quick video on doing an oil change on a 2000 Impreza. This is a 2.5 RS, so it's got the 2.5 liter EJ251 engine. And previously I would be using Mobil 1, but I've decided to, go up in quality a little bit because in between oil changes it's been not the, not the best looking. I do mostly highway driving, so this oil change is better than the last one. I go typically 5,000 miles on an oil change, and I use full synthetic. Even though it's a non-turbocharged engine, I'd highly recommend everyone to use full synthetic. It's not that much more expensive. So anyways, I'm going with Royal Purple this time, as recommended. I was either going to use Royal Purple or 10W40 T6 diesel oil. People are saying that stuff is good for Subarus, especially turbocharged Subarus. And then I use a K&N filter. For this you need the HP1008, and most Walmarts have those in stock. This is probably the best quality filter you can get at any Walmart. Anyways, for starters, the drain plug is a 17 millimeter. So work on getting that out. I've already jacked the car up. I'm probably not going to be able to film this, so I'll turn the camera back on when I finish undoing the drain plug. Alright, I just broke that free. And we'll see how this looks. It is not actually brown. That's just because I've got the light shining on it, and it makes it look not the color that it actually is. Let's see how much oil actually drains out of this, because I have had some oil consumption issues. Nope, that actually looks like about 5 quarts drained out. So while that's going, we can, I probably shouldn't put that there. Come up here and remove the fill cap to let it breathe. The light turned off on me. There we go. Yep, so the fill on these engines is right here. Your dipstick is right there. And the filter is right up here. Quite easy to get to. I like these filters also because they've got a attachment on the end for a wrench, which actually I think I'll probably use that because these are kind of hard to get off. Alright, so now we're going to work on getting the oil filter off. I've gotten my adjustable wrench. And okay, let's see. It is painted over, so it's a little bit difficult. I might have to do this off camera again. Alright, so I finally got that loosened. Now we're going to start pouring oil everywhere. Actually, nope, there it comes. Yep, we'll just let that drain for a while because it's going to be a mess. I'll get back to you when I get this off because it's going to need 2 hands. Alright, so that's off. We're just going to let it finish dripping and then go grab that other oil filter. You'll want to pre-fill it with oil. So what I'm going to do is I'll do that and then show you and then put it on the car because, again, difficult to do with 2 hands or difficult to do with only 1 hand, and since I'm filming this by myself, that's all I've got. One important thing I forgot to mention, when you take off the old oil filter, make sure that this rubber O-ring comes with it and does not get left behind on the engine, because you're gonna have a bad time if you've got two of those on there. It'll leak and it'll be no good. So make sure that this comes with it, and if it doesn't, you gotta pick it off of the seal, otherwise you're gonna have issues. So we're just about ready to put this back on, so I'll get back to you when I do that. Alright, so we've got our new filter on, and the drain plug is tightened back down. We'll keep the pan under here just in case anything drips. Now we'll fill it with oil. Again, like I said, I'm using Royal Purple 5W30, full synthetic oil. And probably going to do this off camera because I don't have a funnel. So for future reference, having a funnel makes this significantly easier. I lied, I do have a funnel. It's just a very small one. So with these engines, they take about 4.8 quarts if you do the oil filter, which you're always supposed to do the oil filter. But most people just put the full 5 quarts in. That's what I'm going to do because these burn oil anyways. So let's see. I've gotten most of it in, so I should be able to do this with one hand now. And what I'll do here is I'll take the funnel out and then I'll stick this on top of the fill cap. So we can get the rust out. Just let that sit for a while. So far we're good under here, nothing went wrong, not that I expected it to. Yeah, this is better than it was last time, but this is only 5,000 miles, and you know, this oil is, in newer cars anyways, designed to go significantly longer. It's not as thin as it was the last time I did it, but in between the last oil change and this one, I've done mostly highway miles. I've been driving about 500 miles a week to a commercial driving school. That's about an hour away, and it does a lot better on the highway than it does doing 5,000 miles in the city. So certainly lasted a lot longer. This should be fine by now. And what we'll do is we'll use this container to hold the old oil, and I keep some of it on hand anyways for, you know, various purposes whenever I've got a project like the project motorcycles you'll see in a previous video. I like to use the old oil just to, you know, until I know that the thing runs, and then swap out the oil. Because this stuff, you know, it's still oil, it's just that it used up the additives and stuff. So typically it's fine for things like that when you just need to make sure that something's got oil before you run it. So that's done. My keys are down here. I'll start it up and see how it sounds. See if it explodes. Open the garage door to not suffocate ourselves. This is actually a cold start as well, so. So that's it. That's how you do an oil change on these cars, and it's fairly easy. This only cost about $50 for a top shelf oil, full oil change with a good filter, whereas at a shop you'd pay maybe that much for, you know, it depends on where you go, but typically you're not going to get that good of a deal if you have a shop do it, and it only takes about 45 minutes. So anyways, if you've got anything to mention, just leave it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.